Hey, hi, my name is Chris. Every day I'm doing a vlog and I'm doing it for 1,000 days, guys. Yes, 1,000 days. So if you're not subscribed, to subscribe will be awesome. Thank you so much in advance, and maybe hit that bell notification. That would be awesome. Every day I talk about something uniquely different. And today, well, self-harm. Yes, it's a subject I've not actually covered before, and I am aware of people who have done. Who do, and it's a complex subject, and I'm sure I can't do it justice here for the time that I have, but I'm certainly going to talk about it because I think it's a worthy subject to actually speak about. One of the things that I find about this particular topic is the fact that people, I guess generally, don't want to admit to it or talk about it. And it can happen, I think, very often in life in very subtle ways. It could mean that you are just harming yourself without anybody knowing, because it gives you a form of, I guess, control, and makes you feel that tension has been eased, that pressure that you're feeling is, I don't know, just evaporating and getting away, you know? Yeah, hey guys, all right? So it can really have an impact on your life and your quality of life. It could mean that you're in pain an awful lot of time. Now, as a former police officer, I did learn certain techniques and skills, and one of those things is that the advice I used to give to people, because I think it's born out of people who are healthcare professionals. They say if you feel the urge to cause harm to yourself, go to the freezer, get an ice cube out, and just gently apply it to your arm, and it has the same effect. I didn't know this. I wasn't aware of it, but I believe it's a proven technique that can help people. I guess, you know, the feeling that you get from that is very similar to actually causing real harm to yourself. Of course, a lot of these issues are born out of stress, depression, anxiety, and a lot of pressures that are placed on people. And it could prove to be a very dangerous thing to do. I am aware, obviously, that there's a reason why people do the things they do, and maybe having a look at those core issues, those core reasons as to why you feel the way you do. And it may mean you having to open up to somebody and talk about those core issues, those core problems. And that is never easy, especially if it's a really sensitive subject. And you've got to find somebody that you trust, that you believe will only have your best interests at heart. If you can find somebody that you trust, that you have that faith in, then probably that's going to be the best thing to do. It's, I guess, some things are just obvious. Some people are so stressed, depressed, and anxious that they harm themselves in terms of their arms, their legs. I've seen and witnessed multiple scarring on people for things that they've done, and I've always felt really sorry for them. It's an obvious outward injury that people will see, and they'll make judgments on as well. People will make judgments on your mental health, and they'll regard you as somebody that's possibly weak. They will judge you, and I think that's completely wrong, because I think every single person walking this earth will experience trauma and difficulties at some point in their life, and what is trauma to one person may not be trauma to the next. We're all here, and we're all experiencing life as it unfolds, and that is, that's unique to us, that experience, isn't it? How we handle life, how we get on with life. Some people, I guess, are more resilient than others. Some people aren't. That is the way things unfold. Hiya. Hi. How you doing? All right?
Yeah.
Good. I'm on YouTube.
Are you?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. Thank you. Have a good day. See, everybody's fighting a war you know nothing about. That's what I always say. And if you're kind, if you're helpful, if you care about people, that's surely going to be the best thing to do, isn't it? But harming yourself and causing that visible outward injury is an outward visible sign that you're in pain. And people, I think, if they see it on you, especially the people that love and care about you in your immediate circle, they're going to address that and they're going to talk to you about that. And they're going to ask you, what are you feeling? What are you experiencing? I'd like to think if people did love you and care about you, that's exactly what they would be asking. And like I say, there's so many complex issues surrounding this as to why people would actually do that. But people do it, and they do it in their thousands. But if you experiencing anxiety and depression, and I would really strongly advise you to seek the help of a healthcare professional. If you can get that help and you can get that support, it's talked about more these days. So hi guys, good luck by the way, good luck, all the best. Yeah. If you can seek the help and support of somebody. By the way, that was football supporters, and I was just wishing them the best. They're obviously visitors to the city, so you want to make people feel welcome, don't you? Even if they are the opposition. Yes, that's a good thing. I remember dealing with somebody in my former job where this particular lady had so many marks on her arms and her legs. It was just a real tragedy to see. And I guess it's a way of reaching out for her. And she told me this awful story that she had an abusive childhood, and those traumas, I think, from anyone would stay with you for a lifetime. And I think she was just doing her best. And it's really, really horrible to think that the person that actually abused her is still in her life. And it was just a horrible scenario. One I couldn't hope to offer the help and assistance. It's going to take the help of a real professional. And her story, well, I think it's so damaging, that story, that I'd be reluctant to pass it on here on YouTube. But it's a damaging story nonetheless. And the effects of that was resulting in her self-harming. So I really reached out to her, in my capacity at the time. And of course, you find people turn to alcohol and medication and drugs in order to suppress those feelings of trauma, of abuse. So it's a very wide story. And in terms of mental health, in terms of your ability to deal with issues like self-harm, I'm going to be speaking to somebody in the next few videos who is a healthcare professional, and they're going to join me on a walk, and we're going to have a conversation about all sorts of issues that can face somebody. And I'm really excited that this person's coming along. I'm hoping to film it in the next few days. So they're a clinical therapist who's got a real strong view on support, empathy, and they are an absolute professional in what they do and the things that they deal with. So we'll be touching on maybe some of the themes that we're exploring here today. And I think if that can offer help and assistance to somebody, then that surely has to be a good thing. If somebody can get some benefit and assistance from these vlogs, then that makes me feel that what I do is meaningful. Because we all want to feel like we've got some kind of meaning in our lives, don't we? But going back to self-harm, it's a real tragedy that life makes you resort to just causing yourself that kind of harm. And people, I guess, deserve to live in a very, very peaceful way. Therapy, I guess, is important for people to try and get over things. So that's why talking about this issue might help somebody open up and come to terms with not only the past but where they head in the future. But it's, like I say, it's not an easy subject to talk about. Some people, because of the sensitivity of it, really can't open up and talk about it. But I think if we don't explore these themes, if we don't open up and converse and have a conversation about that, then maybe all we're doing is just locking it away. Maybe we're just putting the heartache off and the tears for another day. And I think life is too short for that. Maybe deal with those issues now and feel better for the future. That's surely a better prospect. At least that's the one that I believe in. So, yeah. As you can tell, the Argyle football team is playing today, and there's lots of happy people around. Given this subject matter, I get why people are obviously hopeful and helpful and joyous, so I get all that. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up by saying thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. I'll be back again tomorrow as part of my daily vlog series. Please, I'm going to reach out to you if you are experiencing any difficulties. Reach out to those that love and care for you, because that's so important. And I really genuinely wish you all the very best moving forward. And look out for the video that's going to drop hopefully sometime this week, where I interview this clinical therapist who gives some real practical advice about life and some of the challenges we deal. On that note, thank you so much for stopping by. I always say this, but I'm going to leave you with this site because it is so gorgeous, and I will be back again tomorrow. So thanks for subscribing. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.